correct? And then tell me who you're representing here today, whether you're the applicant, the owner, they represent the owner, or someone else connected to the project. So we'll start with John Zerhusen.
Here.
Okay, great. Um, it seems like maybe you two are next to each other, Amy as well. Okay, yeah. See, I think if you shut off one of your audios, that should avoid the echo effect.
Okay.
But we can try and work it out. So it is Amy Zerhusen, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then David Ballweg.
That's correct.
And Mr. Ballweg, you're the applicant architect
Yeah.
on this?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, great. And we also have Matt Lascheid here from the City Planning Department.
Hey, David. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Matt.
Welcome. Okay. Are we expecting anyone else to join us on the applicant owner side before we get started here? Okay. All right. I need to read through our hearing script. This is just going to cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll begin. So this is the October 15th, 2025 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. The case before us today is case number ZH20250098. That's 4209 Paxton Avenue. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party would like to would like to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. For our purposes here today, I'll allow the Zerhusens, Mr. and Mr. Ballweg, to tell me about the project, what it is that you're proposing, the zoning relief that's required to complete the project, and then, of course, why you believe that zoning relief is appropriate and should be approved. One of you can speak, all of you can speak. It's really up to you how you want to orient that presentation. If we did have anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to present after the applicants have presented their case. I will hear from Mr. Lascheid to provide any testimony in addition to the staff report that he submitted. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those issues on the fly, but to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, the last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, making any comments, asking any questions, really doing anything other than just strictly observing here today, then the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So I'm going to do that now collectively with everyone who's going to be testifying. So if that's you, if you could take yourself off of mute, I'll need everyone to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I do.
I do.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks, everyone. Let's go ahead then and get started. Who's going to be taking the lead here on the applicant's presentation?
John, or you want to say anything? Or?
Yeah, well, I have lived in the original house of 4209 my first 30 years of my life. I now live 9 houses down the street for the last 28 years. And when the house became available because both parents passed away, I bought the house from my siblings with the intent for that house to be my retirement house. But I also want an opportunity that I got 2 daughters that are in college now. So I want an opportunity to expand the house. So in the retirement years, if they move out of town, they got someplace right in our house to stay instead of being away from us hotel. And if they stay in town, I want some place for their grandkids to come over and have a nice place that they can spend time with their grandparents. So that's what led this initial plan to do this expansion. And David has, I think, done a wonderful job with the plans and keeping the house and characteristic of the neighborhood. And I'll let David take over from there.
Yeah. I guess John and Amy came to me and asked me to look at what they could do with the property itself, and I kind of tried to talk them into tearing the house down. But they love the neighborhood. They like the character of the neighborhood, and they want to retain the original concept of that house as it is. So to try to help them out, we went to a second level addition, and I tried to retain the front image of the house, and then we went in the back, and they want a big family room, a gathering space that their entire family can enjoy over time. So tried to stay within the zoning. We do have some issues with the current structure is in the setback, so that created some difficulty on my side. So we're going to try to reuse the structure itself, and that's why we need the approximately 1.5 foot variance in the side yard.
Got it. Okay. Can you tell me more about the size and the dimensions of the proposed addition?
Well, the proposed, there's really two additions. There's a family room addition that's on the back of the house that's approximately 20 feet deep by about 30 feet wide. And that is within the scope of the setbacks. It does not get into the side yard setbacks at all. The second story addition is I'm trying to look at the size of this roof, but it's approximately 35 by 25, and it encompasses the entire footprint of the existing house, and that will be the second story addition. Okay. And that's where we're going to put the bedrooms. The current structure of the house actually does not meet the building code because the ceiling height's too low upstairs, but it complies because it's grandfathered in. So, okay.
Right. Okay. So what are the existing setbacks of the house, and how much will this increase or decrease those setbacks?
The current house on the side yard is 7.25 feet, or 5.92 feet on one side, and 4.92 feet on the I guess that would be the west side of the house. And I think your requirements are for a total of 12-foot side yard setback. And we comply on the one side, which is, I guess, the east side. But on the west side, we need about a 1.5 feet. And Matt had it itemized. I'm trying to look here. It's 1.84 feet variance.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so the proposed total is 10 feet, 10.84 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And gotcha. So the amount of relief is 1.16.
Yeah.
And the requirement is 12 feet. So you're just shy there of what the actual requirements are.
Right.
And I'm sorry, so will there be an extension of the current setbacks on the house?
Be extension. We're just going above the existing footprint of the house.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And we're not pushing the envelope any further than it currently is where we're at.
Got it. Okay. And what's the proposed height of the new second story addition?
Approximately around 28 feet.
Okay. Got it. All right. Has there been any conversation with neighboring property owners about this proposal that you're aware of, that anyone's aware of?
John can speak to that.
Since I've been in the neighborhood my whole life, I have the neighbor to the west of us. They moved in when I was 2 years old, so I have a great relationship with them. Their kids grew up with me, and matter of fact, the mom is still alive, and the daughter is living in the house with her. That's close to my age. The house next to that is their other daughter lives there, and then their son lives up on the side street. So they've got a great relationship with them. hang out with all the neighbors around us. Terry Gilmore lives 2 houses to the east. He grew up in that house and bought from his parents and grandparents when they passed away. So I say Terry's a little bit older than me, but he hung out with my older brother, and he comes down. I have horseshoe parties, and he comes down and pitch horseshoes with us. So none of the neighbors have any objections. They all looking forward to the new project. They're all very positive.
Okay, great. All right. I don't think I have any more questions right now. Anything else you wanted to say before I turn it over to Mr. Lashad? Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, anything you want to add?
Sure. Generally, I think it's been pretty well summarized already by the applicant. Yeah, I mean, the existing house is legal non-conforming in regards to the total side yard setback by just over a foot in the total dimension. And in order to extend the house vertically and create another story, technically you're building part of the house that is within the setback. So that's why you need a variance. You know, I suppose they could build something that's compliant, but then you would be offsetting the exterior walls by just over 1 foot, which from a construction standpoint would make it much more difficult and aesthetically probably would look odd. So generally it makes sense, in my opinion, why they're requesting to extend the walls where they are. The requested relief is minimal and is due to the existing condition of the property, which is outside the applicant's control. It's been that way for a long time. They're just looking to maintain it. And looking at the neighborhood, it looks like there's other houses that are similar setbacks, although they're probably not 2 stories tall, but the setbacks are existing and a substantial property right enjoyed by others. So for these reasons, staff is happy to recommend approval.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. I'll turn it back over to the applicants here. Anything you want to say in response to Matt's comments or anything in closing or otherwise before we adjourn?
I'll just confirm with Matt that there's many houses that there are some actually with like the 2 stories also in the neighborhood. They all have the same. If they would try to do anything different, they would be out of compliance. And so it's just part of the neighborhood, and that's the way it was when they built it. And so the house would not be any different than several of the other houses in the neighborhood. Thank you.
I'd like to say one thing. I do zoning in other communities, and I've seen where they tear these houses down and totally change the overall character of the neighborhood. And I think to credit the Zerusons to try to retain that look of the house and try to retain the overall size of the house within that, except for the height. I think they've done a nice job pushing me a little bit. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we'll leave it at that. Yeah, so I've had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report. Based on that and the testimony that I've heard here today to sort of clarify some of the questions I had coming in. I generally agree with the arguments from the applicants and the recommendation of the staff report. I think it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this application. I think the relief requested is modest. And based on all of that, I'm going to approve the application. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. That typically takes about 2 weeks, as I mentioned at the beginning. I'll do everything I can to get that to you as quickly as possible. As soon as I finish that, I'll put it into a PDF and I'll email it to everybody in the hearing here today. So you all have a copy of that really just moments after it's complete. As soon as Matt sees that email, he can approve the zoning permitting on his end and you all can take the next steps. Any questions about any of that?
Nope, just thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Great. All right. Well, I think that's it. Look for an email from me in the next couple weeks. Good luck with the project. Hope you all have a wonderful day and we're adjourned.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks.